Hey there friends, welcome back to my Flosstube channel. My name is Liz, my company is Hello From Liz Mathews, and I am excited to spend some time with you today for Flosstube episode number 88. Today is Sunday, March 24th, 2024, and I have got a few cross-stitch goodies to share with you, some Hello From Liz Mathews news, and just some general life updates today. I hope that you have been really well, you've gotten some stitching time in, and I look forward to sitting down and chatting with you today. It has been 2 weeks and a couple days since my last video. I am behind, but as I've mentioned in previous videos, there's a lot going on, and I think it's safe to say that my filming schedule will be a little bit sporadic through summer, and I appreciate your understanding of that. Life is just happening, and I'm doing my best to be here, but you know, sometimes it just can't happen. Everything that I mention in today's video is going to be listed chronologically in the description box below. If there's anything I talk about or mention that you want to go back and research or you take note of, no need to stop your stitching. Just drop that description box down below and you will find everything listed there in the order that I talk about it. Let's see, in the last 2 weeks, I'm going to start with a little life update. That might not be for everybody, but you are here to connect with me, and this is my personal channel. So I am going to start with a life update, and then I've got some goodies. I have got a real goodie that's like staring at me. It's nice and big right here, and I can't wait to show you what it is. And then I've got some Hello From Liz Mathews news, 2 whips, and a couple acquisitions, and something I need your opinion on, actually. So that's kind of the order of things. Let's move through it in that order. When I came to you 2 weeks ago, I was about ready to go to West Virginia to be with my dad for his second chemo treatment. He did amazing. He continues to, he's doing really well. And I am so grateful for all of your thoughts and prayers and every good wish you've sent our way. I appreciate it so much. So he's doing really good. I am getting ready to head back down. I think I'm gonna go spend Easter and be there with him for the following week for treatment number 3, and then we are halfway through, which is crazy. And we're halfway through. Last time, I have to tell you something crazy. Speaking of crazy, when I was down there, I got sick. Okay, the last 2 weeks have been a blur. It's been chemo, I got sick. We had market right before that. It was my birthday. There's just been so much happening, but this is kind of the major thing. When I was down with Dad, I woke up one morning a couple days after his treatment, and like everything was spinning. It was like I would look at everything I saw was like rotating and spinning, and I couldn't stand to walk because I was so dizzy. You probably know where I'm going with this. I was diagnosed with vertigo. Spoiler alert. But like an extreme case of it. It was really bad. And vertigo sounds like such a small little diagnosis for how sick I was. It was awful. I don't wish it on anybody. I couldn't stand without bumping into anything. I found myself wanting to like crawl to the bathroom because with the dizziness, I was also getting sick for like a day straight. Nothing was staying in. This is on top of the fact that my dad was 2 days out from chemo and he can't get sick. I'm not a medical expert. Please don't take anything I say about vertigo or anything as medical fact. Do your own research. But I do know that I am trying to keep my dad safe and away from sickness, and I didn't know what it was. I've never had this in my life. So I was like, stay away. I called him from the bedroom. I'm like, Dad, I'm sick. Don't come in here. And I just continued to be sick until Joe came to get me. You guys, I didn't know what was going on. I was so scared. Bad. So I called Joe in the morning. I was like, I'm sick. You need to come get me. So he and my mom got in a car together because Joe and I are a 1-car household. He and my mom drove the 6 hours down to West Virginia to get me, helped me find my way into the back of the car where I laid for the 6 hours right back home. Like They are saints. And we went to urgent care, and pretty immediately and without hesitation, the doctor was like, you have vertigo. And I was like, huh, okay, but I'm throwing up. And it turns out vertigo is something to do with your inner ear. It's not an infection or anything like that. It's just something, there's crystals in there. This sounds so weird, you guys. And they can get lodged and affect your equilibrium, and that is what it is. Everything that I was feeling, the spins, the dizziness, the getting sick, was all from my inner ear. I got some medication, and he told me a couple maneuvers, like physical body maneuvers to do to reset the calibration in your ear, and it worked. And I felt like a crazy person to go from not being able to take any steps without getting sick. I'm not kidding, I'm not embellishing. To doing some maneuvers on a bed and then it goes away. That's crazy. Science is crazy, your body is crazy, and that was not a pleasant part of the last 2 weeks. I hope I never experienced that before. I am very grateful that it was a distinct diagnosis. I was really worried the doctor was going to say, it's stress. You're just really stressed out. You should manage that. Okay. So I'm happy to know what it is, to know how to handle it, and know what happens moving forward. The panic won't be there. I will know what to do. But wow, that knocked me on my bottom for a couple days. Now, granted, if you look at the last couple weeks that I've had, we've had chemo, that's new, market, getting sick, and my birthday. Like, I'm not surprised that I'm feeling a little drained and a little sleepy, and that recovery took a little longer than I wanted. So, needless to say, I'm sorry, I just gave you all that information, unloaded all of that on you, but it's been kind of major in my world. So that has been happening, and I'm very happy to report that I am feeling better. And I in fact did feel better for my birthday on Wednesday when I turned 41. It was a great birthday. The celebrating isn't over yet, and I'll tell you about that in a bit, but it was just low-key. Everybody asked what I wanted to do, and I am typically someone who wants to do things and go places and really celebrate my birthday, but this year I was like, nothing. I want to do nothing. I think I talked to you about wanting to make project bags for my birthday. That didn't even happen. It was even more loungy and relaxing than that, and it was perfect and exactly what I needed. So it was a really great day, and I got to see my mom, to spend time with Joe. We've seen Mare. I saw Dad when I was down last week. I'll see him again soon. But yeah, I'm a 41-year-old now. That's also crazy. A lot to wrap my brain around since we last spoke. So what else did I want to mention? I guess that's really just regrouping, recovering, taxes. Ugh, that's ongoing, is what has been going on since we last talked a little over 2 weeks ago. I have 2 whips to show you. They're the same whips as last week, but I've continued to work on them. And despite thinking that I would have tons of stitching time in the last 2 weeks, I really didn't. But I did get the needle going on a few things, and I will show that to you in just a bit. But first, let me tell you about the new membership design for the Hello From Liz Mathews membership. I put out a new exclusive design on the 15th of every month, and that date has come and gone. So I released Fanciful Flowers. This is a digital rendering. It has not been model stitched yet, but I really love this piece. And if you love it too, it's available for you now in the Hello From Liz Mathews membership. I love all the tiny details and the color palette and how festive and spring-like it is. And I can't wait to see this model stitched. I think it's so beautiful and fanciful and delicate, and I hope that members like it too. I can't wait to see it stitched up. But if you are interested in that, you can get your hands on that right now. That's really the only Hello From Liz Mathews news I have for you. I am also doing a giveaway in the membership right now for the 19 favorite patterns that I picked up at Market. There were 19 pieces that really spoke to me that I know that I will not have time to stitch, so I picked them up to share in the membership. So if you're interested in that or seeing what my 19 favorite pieces are, head over there. Okay, I have a Dimensions Sal update for you. It is that video again, and I'm going to do that towards the end. I should have mentioned that sooner. But right now, we need to talk about this thing that is just looking at me that sorry, crinkle, crinkle, that I just have to share with you. This is my birthday present from Joe. I did pick it out. He didn't. You'll understand why. I picked it out, and this arrived maybe a month ago. We've had it for a while, and I somehow managed to find my 41-year-old patience before opening it on my birthday, and I am obsessed with it. If you are the kind of stitcher who needs if you are the type of stitcher who needs this type of setup, it's 2 thumbs up for me. What am I talking about? Let me just go ahead and share all the spoilers. It is a Lowry stand. Oh, and I got the olive green one. How am I gonna do this? It does not work. It's a Lowry work stand from Letistitch. I got the olive green one, and it is so fantastic. This that you're looking at is a magnetized board for me to put my charts on. And you can see one of my whips here. Spoiler, I'm spoiling everything. This is what I have been working on, and it's so handy and it's so good because I do all of my fancy stitches stretched on with my piece stretched on a hoop. Now I use a QSnap. This is a new discovery for me that I talked about, and it holds it so that I don't have to hold the QSnap in my hand because I'm finding it to be very heavy, and having it braced and mounted here is a dream. Basically, this is all I want to work on, especially now that I have this set up. So let me see what I can't show you. Okay, I'm taking this out, and we'll talk about that in a minute. It was in here. Look at this. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Here's the bottom. I can't recommend it enough. The quality, I was not very prepared. The quality on this is really, really good. It is strong and it is sturdy, and like I can't say enough good things about it. I did, as I mentioned, opt to get this magnetized board so that I can put my patterns up there when I'm doing all my fancy stitches, and I think this is really, really like key to my entire setup. I know not everybody will love it, but so good. The variety of colors available in these Lowry lap stands, it was hard to choose. I do love the green, and oh, I could not be happier. This thing is so cool. If you have ever wondered if you need one of these or if you're on the fence, I highly recommend. I have never had anything remotely like this before. It is entirely new to me, and it's really, really good. I will say that let me see. I stitch on the couch, and we have a very wide couch arm. So I am gonna go back and buy an extender bar, which will, sorry, can you hear me? I'm gonna buy an extender bar, which will increase the length between my clamp and this support bar here, allowing for a wider couch arm to be in here. And I think that is going to be just exactly what I need to make this just my dream product. I couldn't be happier. I love it. I love it, love it, love it so much. I'm going away with my friend Annie this week to celebrate my birthday, and there's gonna be some stitching. We are both stitchers, and I'm gonna talk to you about that more in a little bit, but I'm thinking this might have to be brought with us. Like, that's how much I love it. It's heavy. It's awkward, it's big, and I'm still bringing it, if that tells you anything. So I love it so much. Jason and Steph of Letistitch were so kind, and they included in this box, which shipped like that. A little like a care kit that it goes with the Lowry, with some oil for keeping all of your moving parts lubricated, and it was just so sweet. I love them and I am happy to support them, and I hope that if you are looking for a Lowry stand, you consider getting it there too, because perfect transaction. Okay, oh, I could go on and on. Needless to say, I like it and I'm a fan. So I'll put that down and get back to everything that I have in front of me, but it's so good. Okay, you saw one of my whips. Let's talk about it. It is my dad's sampler. There's a needle in here somewhere. Wow, it is just dangling. Okay, let me get that situated. This is my dad's stocking. We have talked about it many times before. I am to the point that I am putting in the back stitches and the long straight stitches to make all the details really pop on this lower portion. There is a natural page break about here, so I've been trying to get from here down fully completed, and I'm surprised actually at how time consuming the straight stitches and the details are. I'm not mad about it because they are magic and they make things pop and they bring everything together. So I love doing it, especially now that I have my Lowry, and I am just surprised at how long it's taking. So let me give you a close-up. Since we chatted last, I've done a ton of back stitching and straight stitching. The car, the chisel, the file, the elephant, the giraffe. Look at this. Isn't that like coming together? It's like the polish on the piece. I'm sorry, the lighting's not so good. It's late in the day, the sun's setting, but I'm so pleased with it. Let me give you a picture of what the finished product will be. I keep my stocking in my Rika bag, House of Stitch and Stash. She's about to release some new project portfolios with a fabric that I am like, it's fabric that I bought thinking I'll make myself my own portfolio. Is that really gonna happen? I just don't know. Maybe I'll just buy one. So if there's an extra and I can be like quick about it, maybe I'll snatch it up. Anyway, here is the holiday workshop. Here is the holiday workshop heirloom stocking by Kooler Design Studios. This is what my dad's stocking will look like in the end. And this is as far as I've gotten. Really, really, really fun. I don't want to stop working on this. I need to. Other things need attention too, but have you ever had a piece like that that you just don't want to stop on, but you feel like you should, but you don't want to? We'll see what happens. Maybe when I'm back again next week, I will have more progress on that. We'll see. But that is what I have been stitching on, in addition to the Dimension Sal, which we will talk about in a little bit. I've got your next assignment and I have already stitched it, so you'll see that in just a bit. I have some haul and then something I need your opinion on. Let's start with the haul. I had some Happy Mail sent to me at my dad's in West Virginia, just to kind of, does Happy Mail need an explanation? I don't think it does. It's Happy Mail. So I had this waiting for me when I got to my dad's last time. A QSnap. Why did it take me so long to try a QSnap? I just don't know, because now I am obsessed with them. I got the 17 by 17 QSnap from 123 Stitch. As I now know, all of the sides are interchangeable, so I can use these 17 by 17s on the 11 by 11 that I'm stitching the stocking with and make an 11 by 17. I love it. These are so good, and I especially love that the Lowry stand that I have will support this weight, because they're not that light. I do have to say, The QSnaps are not that light and it gets heavy, so I'm really happy to have everything to go together. In addition to that, I picked up I picked up 2 more kits because apparently I, like my grandmother, plan on living to be 100 years old, because that's how old I would have to be to even put a dent in the kit collection that I now have. I'm not sorry about it and I'm not mad about it, because collecting and stashing is a hobby in and of itself. Don't you agree? Please say yes. I picked up a Luca S kit. This is Village Landscape, and this is what it looks like. Like a little quaint European town of past. I think it's really, really sweet. This is the back side of the kit. You have all of the threads there. That's a beautiful thread palette, don't you think? It is, I don't know, there's not much information on this packaging. I think this is an older kit and that they have been updated, and there's more information on the outer packaging of more recently manufactured kits. I also got the Letistitch Quiet Cove. I have been eyeing this for so long. I had alert set up on 123 Stitch and I was like, I'm gonna do it. Just add it to your cart, just get it. And I did. And there is that beauty. Don't you want to just sit there with your stitching, looking at the water and the ducks? I think it's so sweet. There's one thing that I'm like, ooh, I don't like that. I'm gonna show you. I hate to be critical, but I'm envisioning leaving it out. How? I don't know. That is a problem for future Liz. For when I actually start stitching this. It's a fish jumping and I'm like, seems kind of out of place, but you tell me. It's right down here and I'm not loving it. Does that seem weird to anybody else? I don't know. Hopefully I can work my way around it. Like I said, this is not something I need to stress out about right now. Look at those chickens and the duck. That's probably not a chicken. Those are probably all ducks. That's good. There's the back. And this is anchor thread. There's far more information on this one. And that was my happy mail that arrived to Dad's, and who knows when I will start it. One thing I know that I am gonna start very soon is the piece that I have in here. It is my Regent Street kit. Let me show it to you and tell you why this is definitely being started this week. Here is Regent Street by Letistitch. This was a gift from my girlfriend Annie for Christmas, and I just love it. I love London. I love this. I love Regent Street in the winter with the beautiful angels made of white lights. It's so pretty, and I am starting this because to celebrate my birthday, my friend Annie and I are going away Tuesday to Wednesday for a surprise girls' night away. I have no idea where we're going. She's coordinated the entire thing. She is the best friend in the whole wide world. I love her so much. I have no idea what we're doing, and I know it will be fabulous because we'll be together. So there will be stitching involved. She said it would be a relaxing evening of stitching. Relaxing evening. And for us, that means stitching. And I want to have a new start to celebrate our night away. So I chose this, Regent Street by Letistitch. So I have some kitting to do. I haven't done anything yet. I just put everything in this bag. So I want to find a new project bag and replace the Ada fabric with a linen, and that is on my to-do list before Tuesday. Much more fun than taxes, but I can't wait to get this all ready to go. I should probably make a working copy of the chart so I can do my highlighting. And okay, I need to put this somewhere very obvious so that it's not a last-minute prep thing. But I am really, really excited to start that. It will make whip number, I think, 7 for me for current active whips, which seems very appropriate. There's no appropriate number actually. It's a very personal number, and whatever makes you happy is the number of whips that I think every stitcher should have, and I'm happy to add a new one. In fact, I'm going to be adding 2 new ones because the opinion I need, or input, or thoughts, or, you know, I would love your feedback, is I want to start a ornament on this trip with Annie to commemorate our time away. I don't know if you recall, I stitched an ornament from a pattern that I picked up on my girls trip with Liz back in September to the Attic Needle Workshop. I picked a pattern and started it and then FFO'd it as a ornament to commemorate that trip. And I want to do the exact same thing for this night away with Annie. And Annie and I have a shared love of Prairie Schooler. She has done some really, really beautiful FFOs. I'm laughing because she stitches so quickly. She has done so many. They're beautiful. You should go give her a follow on Instagram. She's XO Needle in the Hay XO. I'll link her below. So good. So good. So I want to use Prairie Schooler and somehow make an ornament or a small finish with one of their designs. So I've been going through my stash of Prairie Schooler charts and trying to find an excerpt or a pattern or something that just fits this little girls' night away perfectly. So I'm looking for something spring in tone and something that I can personalize with like Annie and Liz. The words Annie and Liz. I want to make sure it's very obvious that this is a start on our girls trip. So I have this many options and I thought I would run them by you. I hope you don't mind. They're kind of wildly different and I don't know what I'm gonna choose, but I also need to get that kitted up before we leave Tuesday too. So anyway, I love spring samplers. This is obviously too big. This could not be an ornament, but there's a little portion of this sampler on the far right. It's got the sun, like swirls of the sky, a robin, and some flowers right there. And I thought that could be really good. Just that little area right there. Don't you think? That's a good option. Next up, we have the PQR letters for the Prairie Schooler alphabet. Okay, the rabbit is my favorite. I think he is adorable. He is spring-like. We're starting to see rabbits in our backyard, so I think it's timely for our girls trip. And I would omit the R is for rabbit and just do above my finger. Isn't that so sweet? I don't know, I'm feeling very, very drawn to that rabbit. And then somewhere on there I could put Annie's initials, my initials, the year. That's a good idea, right? There is also this piece from Pins and Needles. There is a collection of pin cushions, and this one on the far left says A Stitch in Time, and there's scissors, a tomato, threads, and I was thinking I could easily replace the words A Stitch in Time with Annie and my personalization. Cute. I'm not sure that's the one though. Okay, this has nothing to do with spring. Doesn't really coordinate with like my birthday and stitching and a night away with a friend. But this is winter samplers. This has been on my love list of Prairie Schoolers forever. This middle sampler has a fantastic sun and moon at the top and bottom. And I thought, how? I don't know. Figure that out later. I thought I could do a two-sided ornament with the sun on one side and the moon on the other. Look at those. Aren't they so good? Can't you see it? I just love it. An option. Completely not spring-like. Pretty much the opposite of everything I told you I was trying to do. Okay, there are 2 patterns called Friends and More Friends, I believe, that have friendship theme from the Prairie Schooler. And they're big. They're too big to be ornaments, so it would need some adaptation. But there is this piece down here in the bottom right corner of two women under an umbrella, and it says, "We have been friends together in sunshine and shade." And I just love that sentiment. Annie and I have been friends for over 20 years now, and there's a sun. I love the Prairie Schooler suns, and it's making me consider. So I don't know. Maybe. There are these sweet little pieces on Signs of Spring, and there is a robin with a bird's nest up here, and I thought this could easily be personalized if I changed the bottom vining border to have Annie and Mai's initial. I love that. And then my last option, and this is just purely like my all-time favorite Prairie Schooler chart. It's Still Life, and I have no idea which one I would choose, but I love these pieces so much. I have stitched one of these for a smalls exchange for StitchCon a couple years ago, and I don't have it anymore, but I love them so much. So I have to decide, will I go with something that I purely just love, or am I looking for more sentimental meaning in the whole piece? I'm not sure which of these I would choose. I believe that this is the one I stitched for my smalls exchange, and who knows what I would pick this time, but I do love it. I don't know, I'm kind of leaning this way. I don't know. Thoughts? What do you think? Are those good choices? Am I missing something? The problem is I have to have it in my stash already because we leave Tuesday morning. So Prairie Schooler doesn't offer a PDF of their charts anywhere, so I can't get it. So this is what I am contemplating, and I can't wait to get it started and to see what I choose. I love hyper focusing on stuff like this. Anybody else do the same thing? It's like a happy focus. The other day, well, gosh, maybe a month ago now, Annie was over, and she has a stash of Prairie Schoolers just like I do, and we went through all of them together, and there were a couple duplicates that Annie had that she gave me her extra of, and a couple duplicates that I was able to give Annie. So I have 3 new pieces for my Prairie Schooler stash. The first is Boo to You. This is not a traditional original cardstock pattern, but that's okay. I still love it. And if Annie and I were going away in autumn or like Halloween time, one of these might be my ornament. I just love it. But I'm happy to add that to my Prairie Schooler stash, as well as Rain, Rain, Go Away. And Folk Eggs. This one just makes me think of Annie because she has finished a couple of these already, like FFO'd them. You can see them on her Instagram, which made me wonder if one of these shouldn't be the ornament for the tree. This color palette is so not what I think of when I think of Prairie Schooler or me, but it's good and I like it. So we'll see. I'm gonna actually put this on my stash of potential ornaments. But thank you, Annie, for those charts. I was so happy to get them and happy that I could share some with you as well. It's ever growing. Until I have the full collection, it will continue to grow, I have a feeling. Okay, speaking of sweet gifts, my dad gifted me this Dimensions kit for my birthday. It is Memory Lane. It is an oldie but a goodie, and this looks like so many villages in Europe that I have seen and just wanted to move into. Can't you see it? Can't you see me there stitching in the garden? Me too. So I am excited to start this. When, I don't know. We're adding it to the list. I thought about kitting this up for a birthday start, and I still might, but I'm trying to be realistic about how much time we'll have to stitch on our one night away. And I like to make a little more progress on fewer pieces, if that makes sense. But Memory Lane is now in my stash. And that leaves us with just one thing to chat about, and it is the Dimensions sale that I am hosting. I love seeing all the progress that you guys have been making on social media, and I just want to have it finished. I just want to keep working on it every time I pull it out. So if you are not familiar, this is the Dimensions Gold Collection Petite pattern. You can get it at your LNS or online, and I am hosting a very informal sale to finish this together. I'm giving a set of instructions on a small portion to finish every 2 weeks, and you are welcome to join at any time. And if you want to cruise on along and ahead of us, please feel free. I know it's hard to stop on this piece, so move at your own pace. This is in my Como Stitches little Christmas Village bag, which I thought was perfect for the sale. And I am actually caught up to what I am instructing us to finish this time. And it's really fun. Are you ready? Here is where we are going. So I thought we needed to start some detail work, and that is what I did. I am assigning us the Fine Teas, Coffee, and Food portion of the sign that hangs above the shop. So let me show you up close what I did. Maybe you want to take a screenshot so you can remember exactly how much to do. I'm sorry I don't have a picture to show you, but that is what I think will get us to a great place for these 2 weeks. Surprisingly, this took a lot of time. I thought it was going to be too quick and that maybe I was not assigning enough stitching progress, but when you add doing all of the back stitching and straight stitching on this piece, it really did take up quite a bit of time. So this is also the first section of our sale that I have done the straight stitches on and the detail fancy stitches on, because it's the only portion that is fully completed with cross stitch that I could really make good progress with those straight stitches on. So again, take a peek at it. It is that scalloped blue or scallop topped blue sign portion. And it was really, really fun to stitch. And it was just nice to see something be like fully finished for this piece. It's a little tiny section being fully finished. I need to think about where we're gonna go from here, but hopefully you like me working ahead of you for one assignment, and I plan on doing that again, but I hope that you're loving it. That is where we're going with the coffee shop. Don't forget to use the hashtag HelloDimensionsSal if you were also stitching this. I love seeing them, so I will also pack this up to take with me for my night away with Annie. Maybe she can help me decide where to go next. I always run every little assignment by her, and is it too much? Do you think it's good? Do you like it? So I will do that in person this time, and I can't wait to share with you all of the stitching and adventures that we get up to in next week's video. I am headed, did I already mention this? I'm headed to my dad's for Easter, so hopefully I will, when will I be back? That's a good question. Today's Sunday, Friday. I'll be back on Friday. I'll be home, so we can make that happen for sure. Keeping track of schedules right now is kind of all it's all on the calendar, written down, thankfully, because up here it's not so clear. So I will plan on seeing you again on Friday, and we will catch up then. I hope you have a really good week. Thanks for letting me share all of this with you and spending a little time with me. Until then, bye.